All right, what's going on out there, everybody? Rooster here in Tennessee with another video for you today, looking at a different amp. This is a Fatboy 1 driving 4, 1x4, 5 pill, 5 transistor, however you want to refer to it. 1 driver transistor driving 4 outputs. It's one HG2879, standard HG2879, pushing 4 HG2879Cs. So this is considered, I would say, somewhere between a high drive and a low drive amp. What I mean by that, I consider a high drive anything that's, just a straight 4, straight 8, 16, 32, whatever. That's what I consider the high drives. This is kind of an in-between. It will take a higher power radio, but it won't take like a 100-watt radio. You've already got a driver built into it. However, the driver, being a 2879, is a little more forgiving to drive. So we're going to underdrive this thing a good bit, putting our Uniden 66 into it. It does about 35 watts peak and about 9 watts average. Safely, I think you could probably put about 45 watts peak to 50 watts peak into this thing, and you would be okay, considering it's got that single 2879 in there. Now, our dead key wise, this radio only goes up to about 6 watts dead key. We're about halfway right there right now, so I would say about 2.5 to 3 watts is probably what we're putting into it. Just to see, we will come over here and look. That's a 1,000-watt slug that we'll be using. This is a 50 right here. So put the 50 in there. We'll just key up and see what it's doing. Okay, so I was pretty close. That's about 2 watts dead key coming out of the Uniden there. Like I said, this is our bench radio. It's not anything super hopped up. I mean, it's been tuned and everything, but about 35 watts peak and about 9 watts average is what we're going to be putting into this thing. So 45 watt radio would run fine into one of these. 2 watt, 3 watt dead key, 2.5 watts, somewhere like that. It's going to put you in the ballpark. As always, SWR below 1.3, voltage, my recommendation, below 15 volts. And as I said, don't overdrive it, and you should be good. We'll turn this thing on. No variable power on it, just the way I like it, on and off switch. A lot of times those variables are bad about failing if you run them in the same position a lot. Or if you key down and then turn them at the same time you're keyed down, the variables will fail. These are a lot less failure proof. A lot more failure proof, I should say. We're powering this with a 90 amp, 100 amp power supply, 90 amp continuous, like a 100 amp surge. And yep, so that's it. We've got our 1,000-watt slug in. We'll start out on average power first. There's the 1,000-watt slug. We're on average power. We'll go ahead and key it down. Right around 100 watts dead key. Audio 2. Audio. Holding steady at 100 watts. Talking about 300 average audio. We're underdriving this thing. Like I said, we're underdriving it a good bit. Audio. Hello. You'll get some bounces up above 300, but really, realistically, about 300 average what we're doing right now. Staying on the key, dead key staying strong, 100 watts. Audio. Again, that's running it gently. Let's go to peak. Audio, 800 watts peak. Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 14.5 volts, 35 watts of peak drive. We could put about 45 to 50 in it. We come on up. But this is really moderately running this thing. Audio 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Audio. Here we go. Let's see. What else? Guess that about sums it up. I have no doubt in my mind we put another 10 watts into this thing, 15 watts into it. You're going to see that 1,000 watt mark easily. But this is how I would run one, and I may put one of these in my vehicle. I've got a 25 Philippines in the vehicle, and I think this thing would cruise all day long like that. Never have a problem out of it, as long as you got a good SWR. But anyway, something to consider about these. You know, if you want to run one of these, you knock out the expense of having to run a driver, you know, versus a straight 4-pill. If you don't have a radio like a striker to drive into the straight 4-pill, you get one of these. You got a Cobra 29 or something, kind of like the Cobras that we sell, or something like this little Uniden. You don't have to worry about having a driver. All you do is turn it on, keep your dead key around 2 watts, 2.5 watts, and go from there. So price is a little bit more on these versus a straight 4-pill. However, if you figure in the expense that you would have to spend to get an external driver, at least $150 probably, 150, 200 bucks at least. Or if you were buying, you know, a high power radio like a 655 or something for a straight 4-pill, you know, you have to weigh that in. So all in one medium drive amplifier, I should say. We drove it to 800 watts peak, 300 plus average. You know, you hold your mouth right, audio into it right, 350 or something like that, but realistically about 300 watts average. And that's it, guys. Fatboy 1 pushing 4, all 2879, 1 HG2879 pushing 4 HG2879Cs. It's available. Probably going to have some of these in. This one's ready to go right now. Questions, comments, complaints, shoot me a message. 423-299-3535. Rooster in Tennessee. See you, bye.